This is the Knaus Boxlife 600, which is known as the Couple Cottage roadsurfer. Let's have a look at what it can do and what it looks like from the inside. There is a very practical step here to make it easier for you to get into the vehicle, which you can simply extend using this switch. Press the button once and the step will come out, making it much easier to access the vehicle. Here you can see you have already entered the kitchen. You also have a dining area, a sunlit bathroom here, and your bedroom with a super comfortable bed back there. This is your kitchen. You have a gas stovetop with 2 places to cook. I'll explain exactly how that works later. What I find particularly great about this model is that you can cook in the fresh air, so to speak. If you have the door open or the window open, the steam from cooking goes straight outside or through the skylight. You also have a sink with running water and a refrigerator. You can open it here. Just push this lever outwards and then pull, and the fridge will open. Here is your freezer compartment. It is super practical, and you can use it if you ever want to put ice cubes or food in it. You also have lots of storage space in the kitchen. You have these small compartments here, as well as 2 large compartments up top, where you can store lots of food. You also have 3 large drawers here that open up. If you click here like this, the handle will extend out and then you can open the drawers. And there is a lot of space here for cutlery, as well as for plates, cups, additional items you may need, and various food packages. There is lots of storage for you everywhere. Here is another cupboard where you can store even more stuff. You can switch the fridge on and off up here by pressing this symbol once. Hold it down until this starts to light up, and then select the different refrigeration levels. Level 3 is always good, and now the fridge is running smoothly, and you can see the symbol is now flashing blue. Once the fridge is on and you want to switch it off again, press and hold the symbol until it turns white. Then your fridge is off. If you want to enlarge your work surface, you have another table that fits perfectly here. If you want to cut something or put a beer down on it, there is a little click switch here to fold it back in. Click once here and the table goes down again. You also have a fly screen here that you can extend. If you push the door open, you can already see this. You can just pull it out along here, and then you have a very big fly screen. Just be careful when it's dark, because sometimes you can miss it and accidentally run into it or through it. So remember to retract the fly screen back again. It's best to do it down here, because if you push it up, it can be really difficult to put back, or worse, it can break. Down here, simply press against it and push it to the side. Also, when you close the door, you have a huge kitchen window. And you can open it like this by moving these black levers here and pushing the window outwards. You will hear a click, and these are the steps where you can then lock the window in place, so to speak. Here you also have a fly screen, which you simply pull down to keep in place. You can also darken the window by simply pulling the slats upwards. To close the window again, you push it all the way out until it can't go any further, and only then can you close it again and re-engage the black hooks here. You have the option of sliding fly screens and darkening window covers in all the windows of the vehicle. There is a skylight in the roof with a crank to open and close it. You simply turn it open or closed and then hook it back in here. We're now standing in your dining area with plenty of space for 2. Up here you have 2 more storage compartments where you can store lots of personal items. Here you have 2 more compartments to store smaller items and a nice big window. If you turn these hinges to the side here, the window clicks outwards at different levels. It then clicks shut a bit. Maybe you can hear it. And then you can click it in at different levels. You even have a fly screen here, which you can pull down and click it into place like this. Of course, you can also darken the window by simply pulling these slats upwards. And to close the window again, you have to open it completely by pushing it all the way out. Only then can you close it again. Don't forget to snap the black hooks back into place. If you want to have more space at the table, you can even enlarge it. To do this, pull the black knob under the table down, and then you can extend the table out. And if you want to sit opposite each other for a romantic candlelight dinner, you can also turn the front seats around. And I'll show you how to do that right now. In order to turn the seat around, you first have to move the seat a little bit forwards. To do this, use the black rod under the seat here, pull it up, and pull the seat in the forwards direction. Next, use this wheel on the side to bring the backrest into a vertical position. And lastly, use this grey lever on the side to push it back and easily turn the seat around. And if you're wondering where the warning triangle and the first aid kit are, you'll find them here under the dining table, in this flap. Here is your safety equipment. I will now show you the power connection and the lighting. You will find a 230-volt socket here, which only works when you are connected to the outside power supply via the cable. Just like the 230-volt socket here, there is also a 12-volt socket. You don't have to be connected to the outside power to use this. It runs off the camping battery, just like the 2 USB ports here, where you can charge your mobile phones, for example. Here in your bedroom, you also have 2 reading lamps. They turn on and off simply by clicking here. You also have many different lights throughout the vehicle which are dimmable. There are 3 light switches like this one. You can see the different themes for the areas, such as lights for the kitchen, for the living room, as well as for the dining room. If you're wondering how to turn on the light in the bathroom, it is actually this one here. Click it once, and then you will also have light in your daylight washroom. This is your spacious bedroom with a super comfortable mattress and even has 4 windows. All windows can be opened and have a fly screen and a blackout blind. What's really great is that you have a skylight, so you can gaze up at the starry sky when you're not standing in the studio like we are now. The skylight also has a fly screen and a blackout blind. And I'm going to show you how that works. By pulling this bar here and then sort of releasing the bar forward, you can latch this on at different stages depending on how far you want the window to be open. When closing the window again, make sure it latches back here. You also have lots of storage space in your bedroom. You have lots of large compartments here where you can put clothes and everything you bring with you. And what's also very practical are the little compartments around here where you can safely stow a watch, earrings, rings, or anything else small. Your bed has a super comfortable mattress and slatted frame, and you can even adjust it if you want to lie a little higher. There's a lever at the bottom that you release, and then you can pull the bed upwards. It's a loft bed, and you can sleep as high as you want. And what's really practical is that you have access to your boot from here. If you need something, you don't have to get out of the bus or run around to the boot. You can move the bed up and down and take out what you need. If you prefer to sleep higher up, but now you can't get onto your bed, there's a ladder here that you connect for easier access. From here, you can climb onto your bed and make yourself comfortable. Additionally, you have a huge panorama window here at the front that you can tilt. To open the window, press these black buttons here and then turn these levers to the side, and you can push the window out. To stabilize it, turn these knobs here. Turn it once firmly, and now the window is tilted. Of course, you also have a blackout option and a fly screen. To close the window, turn these knobs again, and then click these black levers back into place. Like all the windows in the vehicle, you can also darken the front windows. To do this, click here with both fingers and pull these slats forwards very carefully. The same works with the windscreen. Just release here with both fingers, pull the slats carefully from both sides to the middle, and then they will hold magnetically. In case you're wondering what this actually is, this is a tablet and mobile phone holder. To use it, pull it up here, and you will see this case. Once you open it up, you can then hook your tablet or mobile phone into it. To cook, you will need gas, of course. You have a gas bottle in the vehicle, which is always turned off for safety reasons. I will show you now where you can find it and how to turn it on. It's back here under the bed. First, you'll need to raise the bed by pulling it up. Look for this grey switch under the bed. And once you see this black flap underneath here, go ahead and open it. Then turn this wheel on top of the gas bottle, and the gas will begin to flow right up to this point here. In the drawer here, on the side you see a grey switch. You'll have to flip this switch in the direction of the flow, so to speak. Now the gas can flow to the burners, and you can use the stovetop. To turn on the flame, press this knob and turn it to the side, and then click the igniter button as well. Now you should see flames. Please make sure that when you are cooking in here, at least one door or window is open, and after you're done cooking, don't forget to close the gas bottle again. And here is your comfortable bathroom with a toilet, shower and a bit of storage space. You have various compartments here where you can store things. Here is another compartment, and behind this mirror there is also a bit of space. If you push the mirror to the side, it will reveal a few compartments here. The perfect place for your toothpaste, toothbrush, shower gel, etc. You also have a window here, which you open by simply rotating these black switches and sliding the window outwards. Here you have a fly screen to pull down and a darkening option. You can use the faucet here to take a shower inside or outside. To do this, simply hang it up here. But please pay attention. Here is a shower curtain. Make sure you use it and use it correctly by pulling it all the way around so that the walls don't get wet and water doesn't accidentally run into the vehicle. Up here you will find a holder to hang up a towel. And you can even push the toilet to the side so that you have more space when showering. So when you're using the toilet, you probably want to have it like this. And when you want to take a shower, you can simply turn the toilet seat a bit to the side here, and you'll have even more space. If you want to have the shower head as a faucet, again at the wash basin, then carefully push this hose back in here and connect the shower head to the sink. This is your toilet. To use it, rotate it a bit. Lift up the toilet seat, and you will see a grey lever on the side. If you push it to the side, you will see that the flap to your toilet cassette opens here. When you have done your business, this is the button to flush the toilet. Press the blue one. When the toilet is flushed, push the grey lever to the side again to close the cassette. Here, behind the toilet, you can see an indicator light. It is currently green, which means that the toilet cassette is still empty, or at least not full. When it is full, this indicator light turns red, and then you know you must empty the cassette. I'll show you exactly how to do that later, but in order to use the toilet or the shower at all, you will need water in your tank and a pump. Next, I'll show you how the pump works. For the shower and the toilet to work, you need water and a water pump. On this onboard computer, you can see this symbol in the bottom left corner. This is your freshwater tank. If you place your finger on it and hold it down, you can see how full the freshwater tank is. Red on the left side means that it is now empty, or that there is not much water in it. If it is full, you will see 100% here. Then it is green, and here 3 out of 3. If you have enough water in your freshwater tank, you can take a shower and flush the toilet. But you'll have to turn the water pump on. If you click here, this light lights up orange to turn on the pump. And now you're ready to flush the toilet and take a shower. Please remember that you must switch the pump off again after using the toilet or taking a shower, otherwise it will break down and overflow, so to speak. So after using, click on it again so that the light is off. If you want to have hot water for the shower, you will have to first switch on the boiler, which you can do here by clicking this black button. You'll see the bus light up here, then turn the wheel until you reach the boiler symbol. Click on it once and you can see the boiler is off. As you turn the wheel, you can choose different levels. Plan on 20 minutes until the water is truly warm. To make it go quick, turn on Boost. Now the boiler is on and running on diesel. Remember to turn the boiler back off when you're done showering so that you don't unnecessarily use diesel. To do that, go back into the onboard computer, turn the wheel, click on the boiler, turn the wheel to the left, click off, and confirm it with another click. If you want to keep your vehicle cozy and warm, you can switch on the auxiliary heating. It will also run on diesel. Make sure you have enough diesel in the tank. Here, on the onboard computer, you can switch on the heating. Click on the wheel and the bus symbol will flash. Click on it again. Center it on the wheel and select the temperature you want in the vehicle. I'll just say 22 degrees. Click on it. Then turn the wheel again to this fan symbol. Click on it, and then you can choose Eco or High. Depending on how quickly you want it to get warm in the bus, you can decide. Now the auxiliary heating is running, and make sure that the ventilation slots are free down here, because this is where the warm air comes out. If your luggage or anything else in front of it, that's not so good. So make sure that the various vents are unobstructed. If the auxiliary heating doesn't work, it's probably because this window is open. Here, directly under the window, is the ventilation shaft of the auxiliary heating. Because it runs on diesel, it is important that you have this window closed to prevent the exhaust gas from entering the bus. If the window is open, the sensor detects this and the heater will not work. So remember to close the window and everything should work out just fine. If it gets below 6 degrees Celsius in your vehicle in winter, the boiler may not work. This is because the boiler has a built-in cold protection valve to prevent it from freezing. It will discharge itself, And if that happens, you'll need this blue button here. Once you click on it, and the boiler should begin to work again. By the way, you can't see the blue button from here. You have to feel your way around this black thing here. The button is on the back, and once you feel it, you can just push it in. You won't need to do this if you're using the heater in a location where it's warmer. This will only happen when temperatures drop below 6 degrees. But if it should happen, here's the button, press it, and the boiler will work again with no problems. At the end of your journey, you should empty the freshwater tank. I'll show you where to do that. Here in this cupboard, there's a red lever at the bottom. At the moment, it is closed. If you open it towards the direction of travel, the freshwater tank will drain. Your freshwater tank contains 100 litres, and if you want to drain it down to 20 litres, you have another white wheel here. If you turn this, the entire tank will drain down to 20 litres. This is helpful when you're driving and you want to save some weight. You can reduce your water capacity. When you have emptied the tank, don't forget to close the lever again so that the new fresh water that you fill in doesn't just run out of the tank. If you're wondering what this cord is, when you have your auxiliary heater running in the vehicle, it automatically ensures that your two water tanks, freshwater and wastewater, are also heated so that they do not freeze in winter. If you now run the auxiliary heating at milder temperatures, for example in spring or autumn, when the water cannot freeze at all, then you can pull this cord here and hook it like this. This ensures that the two water tanks are no longer heated and that your interior warms up even faster. I will now show you the external connections of your vehicle. Here you have the socket to connect to the outside electricity, such as at the campsite. You simply open the flap and connect your cable here. Click it in once and it locks into place. To disconnect it again, press on the blue switch here and then you can gently remove the cable. Here you will find your toilet cassette. To take it out, you need this key. Unlock it and then click on these buttons with both fingers. Then you can open the flap and here you see your toilet cassette. If you move this blue lever upwards, you can pull out and remove the toilet cassette so you can empty it. Rotate this tube forwards with the blue lid and put the cassette in like this. Here is another blue button. Pressing on this venting button will help it drain faster while emptying the cassette. There are special places at the campsite where you can do this. Rinse it once thoroughly with water, screw the lid back on, and rotate the tube to the side again. Then you can push it back in here. Close the flap, and you're done. This here is the vent from the parking heater. And here you have your two tanks. If you open the flap, you'll see the diesel tank up here and the AdBlue tank down here. You need AdBlue about every 3,000 miles. When it is needed, a light will show on your dashboard display. You can get AdBlue at any petrol station, and it's important you fill it up when needed, otherwise you won't be able to drive on. At the end of your journey, it's also important to empty your wastewater tank. You can do this by rotating this grey lever down, and the wastewater will come out here. Please don't do this just anywhere. There are designated places at campsites for this purpose. Drive there, drain the wastewater, and when the tank is empty, close the grey lever again. Here on the side is where you fill your freshwater tank, and there is also a watermark on it for safety's sake. Please do not fill up with diesel here. The diesel tank is on the other side. This is where the fresh water goes in, and you need the key for this. You can open the tank cap, fill it up with your water canister, and then close the tank cap again. And now I'll show you the boot. You can already see the bicycle rack here, which is always with this vehicle. You can take up to 2 bicycles on your journey. When you open or close the door, make sure you don't bang it against your head. Unfortunately, this happens very often, so be careful. There's a huge storage area in the back for you to take a lot of luggage with you. You can even extend the loading area by raising the bed. There's a switch here that you click to move the bed upwards, so you can really load it up to the brim. Your extended storage area can fit a surfboard, snowboard or skis by simply removing these white wooden boards. In addition, Roadsurfer has a lot of useful equipment provided for you. Here, for example, is the water canister and your power cable to connect your vehicle to an external power supply. You also have leveling wedges, which you should use when you're on slippery slope. Lastly, a camping table and 2 camping chairs, and an outside shower, which you also connect here when you open these flaps. You can click the shower head into place with this device, and using this lever here to turn the pump on, click on it, and you can choose here whether you want to have hot or cold water. If you want hot water, you must turn on the boiler using the onboard computer. Release the shower head by pushing it back in once you are done. Up here is the pole to help you extend the awning. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Up there is your awning, and to reach it with the pole, you can extend it. Turn this little wheel to loosen it. Then just pull it apart and use the wheel again to tighten it. Next, you see the device where the pole goes. Hook it in, and then you can crank the awning out. Keep cranking until about here. When you have cranked the awning out this far, you can release the legs and pull them down. Next, click the legs out and pull it up again here. Push the bottom half down and push the top half up. And clip in the switch when done. It's a bit difficult, and at first it feels as if you're going to break it, but you won't. We will do the same on the other side, of course. Push the lower part down and push the upper part up, and then click it into place. Then you can continue to crank. Now all that's missing is the camping table and chairs. The table is also super quick to set up. Simply fold the legs around this bar here and close it so that it stays in place. Do the same on the other side, and then you can extend the legs. Do this on all 4 sides, and then you can make yourself comfortable under your awning.